What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware, so any topics, email them to me at tishathediva@gmail.com. What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and welcome back to a new season and another episode of This is for my ladies. Happy Black History Month, you all. Like, we just want to make sure that we just honor and celebrate Black women, our ancestors, people that came before us, that have paved the way so that we can experience what little freedom that we do have, and just all the vast things of this earth, of this world that has been created and by Black people, the pioneers that have literally paved way for us to express ourselves, to have, again, what little freedom of speech that we do have, and just those who really, change the narrative of what people, think, and how people view us. So we just want to celebrate and honor those who have come before us and just say happy Black History Month, you all. I mean, it is the shortest month of the year, but how did they even decide February will only have like 28 to 29 days and leap years and all of that stuff? I don't know. But anyway, you all, welcome back to another season and another episode of This is for my ladies. I am your host, Tisha the Diva, and I just want to say, if you have not, make sure you subscribe to This is for my ladies so that you can always receive your weekly notifications of when a new episode is available to you. If you want to become a supporter of this podcast, just click support this podcast and you can just get signed up. It'll take you into how to create a monthly subscription for that. And also, if you would like to run an ad or become a sponsor of This is for my ladies, just send me an email to thisisformyladies@gmail.com and just say, hey, I want to run an ad. I want to become a sponsor of This is for my ladies. And we can definitely set that up. Okay. So last week we talked about aligning yourself with your needs and just what that looks like, and how it is literally cutting all those things out of your life that does not help you to become your best self. Whatever that looks like for you is just aligning yourself, aligning your thoughts, aligning your life, aligning your relationships, aligning your career, just everything, your hobbies, your goals, just aligning yourself with those things that will help you to advance yourself, advance your way of thinking, advance your way of how you show up, how you love. And speaking of aligning yourself with how you love, I wanted to talk to you all about this video that I came across on Twitter, and it was a young lady, African American young lady who looks to be like maybe in her mid to upper 30s. She could be younger than that. I don't know, because some people, are just looking like a little bit older. But sis gives me like she could be maybe in her 30s, or either even late 20s. But I say between late 20s to maybe mid to upper 30s. And she basically was talking about making a first impression last, making a lasting first impression. And she basically goes on in this 1 minute video to talk about how she, been talking to this guy for about 2 days. And on their first link meetup date or what have you, uh, through active listening to him share things that he likes, she found out that he is an avid cigar smoker. With her father being an avid cigar smoker, she decided that she wanted to gift him with something thoughtful that she knew that he would like as a first impression. So she told her father. Her father gave her a cigar, and with the cigar, her father threw in a cigar cutter, and her mother was just like, "Oh, well, you can't just give this man a cigar and a cigar cutter without wrapping it up." So her mother gave her like a brown paper bag and some twine, and she wrapped the gift up and she gifted this man of whom she had been talking to for 2 days this gift. And you know she decided to share this information on her TikTok, which it came across Twitter, and people were really, you know people was in a little tizzy. She had the internet in a little tussle behind, giving this man this gift. And, people made their reaction videos about it. Some woman, I forgot her name, something diva, something, I don't know. She asked her husband, and her husband was just saying, like he just kind of felt like that was just kind of like too soon, and what is she trying to do, and giving me a gift. But I decided to ask my Instagram, I decided to do a poll, and I asked the ladies, what did they think about as far as giving a man a gift on the first date? Something thoughtful. It don't have to be big, don't have to cost a lot of money, but what did they think about it? 70% of the women said that they would not give a man a gift on the first date. They said they are the gift, while 30% of people said they would, pick me. I would give somebody a gift on the first date. And then I decided to, decide to open up the floor, open up the discussion, and ask both men and women what they had thought about it. And I got some pretty decent feedback, and I do want to share some of it, some of these responses. Queen B of Instagram said, I think it's thoughtful. We like flowers as a first impression. This is equivalent. Um, Somebody else, Big Shot Shay, said, I'm all for it. I brought my girl a first impression gift. And brown underscore skin beauty, she said, if it's something simple like flowers or wine, then that's fine. And Raven, Calmer Mathis, said, get the gift. I'm sure I bagged my wife with our second date gift, tickets to a b-ball game. And like I said, I got like a couple of responses. And I think that I don't think that anything is wrong with giving a man a gift on the first date. Well, I don't think anything was wrong with the gesture. Me personally, even through active listening or anything like that, I don't think that I would give a man a gift on the first date. Maybe the second or third possibly, but I don't know. But I also had someone underscore get money said it wasn't a Rolex, lol. It was thoughtful based on the conversations that they had. Jerry De La Ghetto said, I thought this was cute, especially to be something so simple and thoughtful. Underscore Stilts, she said, it's a sweet gesture, but it's a personal note for me on the first date. And I'm a big gift giver, lol. Um, and O.K underscore Benny said, I have done this. I gifted a man with a bottle of wine on our first date. He was blown away. And again, a lot of people really do think that nothing was wrong with just a small, simple gesture. After, talking to someone and just showing them, like, hey, I really appreciate our conversation. I listen. And active listening is so important. It truly, truly is important because active listening can literally tell you about a person, what they're into, what they like. And you know, if you're a person, like I said, like a acts of service, like it could have been, you know, she's probably looking at the five love language, acts of service, quality time, gift giving, words of affirmation, and physical touch. I do feel like sis was aligning herself with what she needs, and she needs somebody that actively listens because she actively listens to people and that she's thoughtful. And when you're like that, when you align yourself with what it is that you need and you're able to communicate what your needs are, or you're even able to show a person what it is that you need, it's easy to for it to be reciprocated. It's so easy for it to be reciprocated when you show someone, you know, thoughtfulness and genuineness. And again, a simple gesture like that of giving somebody just a cigar, it's not like she had to spend it, she didn't spend any money on it. She got the cigar from her dad, and her dad decided to just throw a cigar cutter, and her mom was like, hey, well, wrap it up, make it look nice. You can't just get that man just a cigar and a cutter and you not wrap it up, so it's just the thoughtfulness in it. But then also I think maybe her mom and daddy just trying to marry her off. Like, girl, look, we gonna get you this man, but she also, just to take it a step further, that's probably what she's seen growing up with her mother and father, and how they loved each other, and just maybe the thoughtfulness of her mother or father. Or it could just be that's just her, but it could also be something that she's seen, which make it, all the more reason, to, I guess, want to make a first impression. But I guess as a woman, I guess the question is, like, as women, do we have to make a first impression? Like, I mean, our first impressions important even as a woman. And it makes me think about, okay, when you first meet someone, um they initially meet you, you talk, and okay, like, hey, let's go out on a date. um the first impression is, even how you show up. Do you look put together? Is your hair put together? What again is that physical? What is it that you look like? And then I guess, you take it a step further with giving a gift. But I guess it could be the same thing as a man giving a woman flowers. But with courting, with chivalry, we look at the man to provide. Okay, on our first date, does he give you flowers? Do men even still give flowers? You know, are men still meeting you and pick you up? I mean, we live in a crazy time where, I might not give you my address on a first meetup, first date, first link. Like, I might not want to drive with you. Or someone had said, Tia Perk, she said, I'm a gift giver, but I might not like you in person, so I'm not giving you shit on the first date. And that's true. Like, something may happen on the course of that. I've spoken to you over the phone, or I FaceTime you, we video chatted, and I get in person, and you're just not who you POST, who you post to be. And I might not want to give you a gift. So it's just, what are first impressions? Like, what are they? I mean, of course, it's just like that initial reaction to just seeing and meeting somebody. But again, women themselves, they really go out their way, if there's a first date, to make sure that they look nice and look good, and make sure their nails are done and toes are done, and just that, like, to come together and be, full on, fully dressed. You're never fully dressed without a smile and all that. That is the first impression, but you want to take it a step further and give somebody a gift. It's kind of like, how does that look as a woman? Some people feel like, that's desperate. And again, some people say, again, it's just a small gesture because it's based off of just her actively listening and her just showing, like, I listen to you, I am engaged with you. And because I listen, because I'm engaging with you, here's this gift to show you that I listen. And do we not want people like that? Is that not what we want people in our lives? But some people are like, that's just too much. That make me look at her kind of like, what she want, but it just all depends. Like somebody said, I'm not breaking the bank, but that was thoughtful. Lovely underscore Tina B. Nix NXX Don, Nix Don, she said, I don't feel like you should give a gift to make a first impression last. LOL, yeah, why do you need to give a gift to make a first impression last? You showing up yourself and you engaging in good conversation and me making you laugh and entertaining you, that's the gift, just the whole presence of itself. So somebody also asked, um well, what did she do a follow-up video? And she did do a follow-up video, and she said that she gave him the gift and he loved it. He thought that that was dope. He just really felt like, this is the first time anybody has ever done for it. It's just like that really kind of like solidified. If I was talking or dating or talking to any other woman, that kind of like puts you number one. That puts you first because you got that list. Like now you got me interested because you gave me a gift. Now you got my attention. So she said that they're in Baltimore, so they found this spot. I guess like a little a overlook or outlook, um and he showed her the proper way how to cut a cigar and showed her the proper way how to smoke a cigar. And he took her to a record store because she's trying to grow her vinyl collection. So he took her to a store to help her build her collection and purchase her a vinyl record. But listening to that, bruh showed up empty handed. He showed up empty handed. I don't think she mentioned him gifting her any flowers. Now, granted, he did take her to the store, but that's just after the fact. It's not like he came with flowers or he came with a vinyl, record to help her grow, her collection. It was like what he reciprocated, like, you did this for me, so let me go ahead and just reciprocate that back. But you could tell sis likes this man, like sis likes him, so she liked him enough to give him something. But again, she wanted to make a lasting first impression. So I mean, do I feel like it was worth it? Did I feel like, I mean, some men don't even care nothing about that because it would have been just as like a lasting first impression, or even on the second date. Like Red Fitness Trainer said, date 3 or 4, not one though. Um, and authentic underscore soul 89 said, I mean, why not? It won't hurt. It's just the gift is appropriate. I feel, what if he brings flowers? But yeah, and again, that is nice. But again, that's courting. That's again courting. And when the last time have a man even when you think about it, when is the last time a man sent you flowers? When have a man just sent you a flowers, like just because? And again, I guess it just feels like, what kind of like, what energy are you operating? Are you operating in your feminine energy or like your masculine energy? I do felt like she was operating in that masculine energy because I'm going to give him a gift on the first date. That's stuff like men do. He should be trying to figure out how he going to make a first lasting impression on her. But she decided to flip the script. She decided that she was Usher. She was trading places. Now we gonna do this thing a little different tonight. You gonna come over, pick me up in your ride. Usher said, you gon' knock and you gon' wait. Usher said, ooh, you gonna take me on a date. You gonna open my door. And I'ma reach over and up in your listen. Sis was trading places. She was operating in her trading places Usher energy, okay? That's all I'm saying. But it's all good though. I mean, whatever floats your boat. And I tell people all the time, like, I am a bona fide sugar mama and very, very thoughtful. You can ask almost any man that I even was in love with, is your girl not thoughtful? You One time, like, me and this guy was dating and we was just, laying in the bed watching TV, was watching a football game or something. And a commercial with like a egg had came, like, this device to make the perfect egg. You know how like the little egg McMuffins, like them circle eggs that you get on breakfast sandwiches and all that stuff, that perfect round egg. So he was like, dang, I need one of them. Literally, before the commercial had went off, I done already went on Amazon and ordered one for him and gifted that for him. Again, active listening. I it was this one guy wanted who had won tickets to a Tides game and to pitch and all that stuff. And you know me being thoughtful, I was just like, well, what you gonna wear and all that stuff. And I went and purchased like a nice jersey and hat, and like, here. And he was just like, I think about stuff like that. You really really looked out. It is the thoughtfulness. It is just letting people know that, especially as a man, I get it. As a man, they don't usually just get thoughtful gifts. A lot of women aren't just being thoughtful and gifting men with gifts just to show them, like, I thought about you, or I listened to you, or I want to show you that I appreciate you, outside of their relationship. Like, outside of just being in a committed relationship, but just dating a person, or upon meeting someone, or upon just talking to somebody. Like, they probably was talking for 2 days, but probably for those 2 days, they could have been on the phone for hours. Y'all know how it is when you just meet somebody and y'all just genuinely click and genuinely vibe. Y'all literally will sit and talk on the phone for hours and hours and hours. I can do this for hours and hours and hours. Anyway, so yeah, usually I don't like nobody. But anyway, yeah, so those 2 days that she could have been talking to him could have been incredible. Like, the conversations that they could have had in those 2 days probably could have really prompted her and sparked that, like, you know what, I'm about to show him. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but everybody has things. They just have their ways, and just, how they show, eh, how they express themselves, or they show their appreciation, or, I was listening. Was it thoughtful? Absolutely. Did she have to leave a like, I mean, I don't, that's just what she wanted to do. Do I think that it was necessary? Do I think that he would have just liked her just off the strength of whatever conversation that they had? I do genuinely believe that. I don't believe that she had to do anything outside of, again, but people, like, she didn't really go out her way. I mean, but who's to say how far her dad and them live away? But it wasn't going out of her way if she said that she got the cigar from her dad and the cutter and all that stuff. She didn't spend any money. But do I feel like she had to have done any of that. I don't think she necessarily even had to. I think that he would have liked that, but again, it could be literally a place of where, just operating from alignment. Just again, like I said, just aligning herself with I feel that she needs in her life. And whatever it is that she needs in her life, I think that she wants to just even express it, or just showing you like, this is how I am. I am a thoughtful person. So she may need to align and connect with someone that's just as thoughtful as her. Cause some people be like, oh shit, like she got me a cigar cutter and not have given her anything back in return. But it was reciprocated. It was reciprocated back to her. And that's like I was saying, just having a conversation with someone who I had met and just sharing like my podcast and me saying how, you know, for my podcast, I was thinking about purchasing like some director's chairs for my interviews and all that stuff. And literally, like while we're on the phone and I'm talking about it, he done went online and found some director chairs. I mean, granted, I have some saved on my Amazon cart, but the fact that he was even thoughtful enough to even just go and just research that, and well, let me see if you need, I got a link right here pulled up and I found the interchangeable for the different colors, because like, I mean, that's thoughtfulness. And I can appreciate someone doing that for me, because usually with women is, women, we talk all the time, we say things that we need and all that stuff, and then somebody just being thoughtful enough, that's just like, if I say, dang, the on my dashboard it keeps saying, oh, this is real life, like I'm telling the truth. If I say my the low tire pressure sign keep coming up, and I literally have to stop like almost every 2 weeks to go fill up my, the tire, it is time for me to get some tires. And somebody like, hey, what you doing this weekend? I want to go take you to get some new tires. I want to take you to go get your tire replaced. Like, that's thoughtfulness. You heard me struggling with this. You heard this is an issue, and you decide to help me out with this. That's acts of service. That's my love language. So anytime mention anything and somebody goes and follow up and to help me out, I'm going to love you, because that's my love language. Like, I appreciate that. That's how I feel I am loved, when somebody shows me acts of service, when somebody do thoughtful and kind things for me. That's how I feel loved. That's how I need to be loved. So of course, if that's how I need to be loved and that's how I love, naturally, that's how I'm going to show the next person that I love them, by being of service to them. So, but that's why I think it is important to know how it is that you love, because not only are you able to express that to somebody, but they're able to communicate that back to you, so that you're not loving a person improperly. It's ways to improperly love people, especially when you don't understand how they love, or even if they're like their background, like where they come from, or how they had even witnessed loved. So it's very important to just to listen, to actively listen, because when you actively listen, you are able to recognize and show up for a person in their love language, or what is it that their need, or again, like I said, operating in your love language, or aligning yourself with your needs and what you need to feel love. That's all it really is about, aligning yourself with the things that you love, career wise, people, places, traveling, hobbies is what you love doing. And that's how you really show up and align yourself, how you love your body, how you love life. So I think that is important. And I don't see nothing wrong with sis wanting to leave, like a first lasting impression. What, again, like I said, wasn't necessary. I don't think so. But hey, that's, who am I to say what was necessary and what isn't? She did what was best for her, and she was working in what aligns with what she needs. So I really want to hear your thoughts, you all. So let me know what you think. Would you give a man on the first date? Yes or no? But again, that's all I have for you all this week. Make sure you all listen to This Is For My Ladies every single Tuesday. Again, if you would like to be a guest on This Is For My Ladies, email me at thisisformyladies@gmail.com. If you want to be a sponsor, or you want to run some ads or advertise on This Is For My Ladies, that's the same email, thisisformyladies@gmail.com. Again, happy Black History Month, you all. I will see you all next week. I am Tisha the Diva, and I am out.